Mr. Mike Lane. The line judge, Mr. Victor Garner, and the back judge will be Mr. Andy Manelli. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, if you would, please rise and remove all headwear, and we will prepare for the playing of our national anthem performed by the Southern Nash Marching Firebirds. Thank you.
And good evening, high school football fans, and welcome to Stanhope, the home of the Southern Nash Firebirds, as they host the second round of the NCHS AA 3A playoffs here in the Eastern Regional, and they host the Rampants of JH Rose High School. Just to give you a little take on JH Rose, they are led by junior quarterback Jimmy Martin, who on the season has 133 completions for 249 yards. Excuse me, in 249 attempts for 2,113 yards and a QB rating of 84. His leading receiver is Jaden Lovett with 1,014 of the 2,113 yards catching. Running game is led by Tevin Council with 690 yards on the season, alongside Nishon Nye Davis, who has 403 rushing yards on the season. Leading the defense in tackles for the Rampants is Amari Washington. He's got 33 solos, 60 assists for a total of 93 tackles on the season. And JH Rose comes in at a record of 3-8 on the season, but do not let that fool you. They have played a really tough schedule against teams such as Havelock, Jacksonville, Newbern, Hoggard, Northeastern, several undefeated teams in there. And they did manage to come in as a 30 seed with a 2-8 record into the playoffs and knock off the undefeated number 3 seed Northern Nash last week in order to make it to this game. Southern Nash comes in tonight with a record of 9-2 after knocking off Harnett Central last week in the first round of the playoffs to advance to tonight. And they are led by sophomore quarterback Isaiah Battle, who is 17 of 38 on the season for 300 yards and a QB rating of 78.9. As far as rushing goes, the burden for tonight will fall on Jonathan Hines, who has 402 yards rushing on the season, along with Jaden Hartsfield, the sophomore, who has 888 yards rushing on the season, along with Luke Faulkner, who has 401 yards rushing on the season, and also leads the team in tackles with 48 solo, 60 assists, and 108 total. Missing from the lineup tonight will be senior sensation Tyleek Mitchell, who injured his hamstring last week early in the game after rushing for 115 yards and a touchdown. He will be missing tonight. He's out on injured reserve and looking to see where his time for return will be if that does happen during the playoffs. So a lot of burden. Of course, Southern Nash was missing Tyleek Mitchell for the last 2 games of the regular season as they fell to Northern Nash in the Big East Conference, and then defeated Franklinton in the final game of the regular season. And for the most part of the first round of the playoffs last week, it was Jonathan and Jaden Hines that carried Jaden Hartsfield that carried the load after Tyleek Mitchell went out early in the first quarter. Should be a great game tonight. Definitely an air attack from JH Rose against the running attack of Southern Nash. As always, tonight's game is brought to you by Vandermark Side Farms and our scoreboard sponsor for the year, Baker Professional Construction. I'm Brent Cohn, flying solo tonight. Kenneth Fly had a surgical procedure done earlier this week, and so he is on the Tar River Sports injured reserve, and hopefully we will get him back later in the season if that does allow. The captains make their way to the field. Tonight's captains, number 63, Chris Harris, along with number 88, Brandon Hill, number 5, Danny Dunstan, and number 71, Leo Roblero. Captains for the Rampants include number 7, Quinn McCaffrey, number 90, Wright Collins, number 5, Tevin Council, and number 55, Darion Geddes. And hopefully McCaffrey is of no relation to Christian. As the 2 team captains approach midfield for the coin toss to get tonight's game started. And we will be ready to get things started here in just a moment. As you saw live here on the Tar River Sports Network, JH Rose won the coin toss and elected to take the ball first to start the game here tonight. So we will see Jimmy Martin and the JH Rose offense to get things going here tonight. And for now, once again, we want to thank this year's sponsor, Vandermark Side Farms, for sponsoring this season of Southern Nash football live on the Tar River Sports Network. This is Brent Cohn. We're in Stanhope, second round of the NCHS AA 3A Eastern Playoffs, and this is Firebird Friday Night Lights. And we are ready to get things underway as the Firebirds have taken the field. The opening kickoff. Aiden Myers will tee it up for the Firebirds. And to start the game, the Rampants will be moving left to right on your screen. And Southern Nash will be headed towards the field house, moving right to left. It's going to be interesting to see tonight how much Coach Batchelor relies on Cam Lyons and Luke Faulkner to run the ball. As the kick comes loose and is covered, it'll be rampant ball, 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. So Nye Davis on the recovery, and that'll bring Jimmy Martin to the field to get things started. And it appears Jimmy Martin will not be there as Tevin Council. Jimmy Martin is alongside Tevin Council in the backfield. Looks like there will be a play adjustment. So already on first play one, calling audibles from the sidelines. Martin from the shotgun, pulls it back away from Council, takes off on his own. He'll cross the 40 down to the 43 before he's brought down by Luke Faulkner and Zuriel Curtis. That'll be a 1st and 10 for the Rampants. So again, a play change. Tevin Council to the right, and Martin will look to pass. Everyone's well covered. Martin will take off and slide on his own across the 45, just over the 45. We'll call it the 46 of JH Rose. So a gain of about 3 will bring up 2nd down and 7. Twin receivers to each side. Council alongside Martin in the backfield. Southern Nash with a 5-man front. Council will take the handoff. He's hit in the backfield, and he'll be thrown for a loss. A big hit and tackle by Taj Martin. So a loss of 3 will take it. Actually, they're going to give him about a loss of only 1 with forward momentum. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 8 now. Martin again from the shotgun. Another play adjustment. Trips to the right. Solo to the left. Martin will look to his left. To his right, excuse me. And he'll throw it out of bounds, incomplete. And that's going to bring up 4th down for the Rampants. And Coach Bland will send on his punting unit with 9:47 remaining in the first quarter up on the Baker Professional Services scoreboard. Excuse me, Baker Professional Construction scoreboard. Hartsfield back deep to receive for the Firebirds. And McCaffrey on for the punt. And it nearly hits Cam Lyons. It takes a JH Rose roll down inside the 25-yard line. And that's what it'll be down in Southern Nash. Behind quarterback Isaiah Battle take over. 1st and 10 for the Firebirds. There is a flag on the play. So a personal foul of roughing the punter will negate the punt. It'll be a 15-yard penalty and an automatic 1st down for the Rampants. And so Jimmy Martin and offense will get another shot. New life as it's now 1st and 10 Rampants from the Southern Nash 40-yard line. So a huge penalty to start the game in the first offensive possession of the Rampants. This is handed off to Council, who will find the left edge before he takes it out of bounds. Not before he reaches the line to gain and moves the sticks yet again for the Rampants. So a 15-yard rush by Council will be 1st and 10 for the Rampants from the Southern Nash 25-yard line. So Rose with 3 receivers to the right. He'll hand it off to Council again. He'll run off right tackle. He'll cut it back across the middle, take it down to about the 15. So close to another 1st down. We'll look for the spot here. They're going to say he's about a yard shy. He'll bring up 2nd down and 1 for the Rampants. And a timeout has been called on the field for injury. Danny Dunston, the Firebird player who is down, as the trainers will come out and take a look at the senior. He's had a great season defensively. Looks like he may have taken a low blow as he makes his way to the sidelines. So again, it's 2nd down and 1 for the Rampants from the Southern Nash 21-yard line. So that was a wildcat with Lovett. He'll hand it off to Council. Council will take it down inside the 5-yard line. I have not seen a signal for a touchdown. And there it is. The officials have signaled touchdown Rampants with 8:40 remaining in the first period as JH Rose has drawn first blood here in Stanhope, and it's 6-0 Rampants. Nico Marlowe on for the extra point attempt. And the kick is up and good for Nico Marlowe, and that will make it 7-0. Rampants in the lead with 8:40 remaining in the first quarter. So the penalty for the roughing the punter turned out to be huge for Southern Nash. It was a defensive stop. It was not a 3-and-out. They did get one first down prior to the penalty. However, the penalty moved them into Southern Nash territory where they quickly moved down the field and were able to put 6 on the board. Marlowe back on to take care of the kickoff duties. Once again, a reminder tonight's game is brought to you by Vandermark Side Farms. They're a year-round natural grass operation serving central and eastern North Carolina. Their mission has always been to be the premier provider of natural grass and side products to the landscape industry, athletic fields, and commercial developments. They grow, harvest, and deliver 6 types of natural grass. Contact Vandermark Side Farms, 252-437-1501 for all of your natural grass needs. So a low burning kick will be fielded by Hartsfield. He'll take it back into the middle, and he'll be brought down just over the 20 and shy of the 25. Looks like they'll mark him down at the 23. And it'll be 1st and 10 Southern Nash as Isaiah Battle and company make their first appearance of the evening. So Rose stacks the line. Hartsfield will take it around the left end. He's down across the 35. A nice run as he bulls his way through the last few yards. Gain of about 12 on the play is going to be enough to move the chains. And the first play from scrimmage results in a first down for the Firebirds, 1st and 10 from their own 37-yard line. Hartsfield, the lone back. He'll take the pitch. Flag comes into play. He'll be hit behind the line of scrimmage. Looks like it could possibly be an illegal procedure or a false start. We'll wait for the signals here from the official. And it was an illegal shift against the Firebirds. That should be a 5-yard penalty and a repeat of the down, so should be 1st and 15. So this time Faulkner in the backfield, and he'll take the quick handoff and take it up the middle. He'll get to the 35 where he'll run into rampant defenders, and he'll be brought down. A short gain of about 3. He's going to bring up 2nd down and 12. Cam Lyons with a quick handoff. He'll find some room around the right end. He'll make it past the original line of scrimmage down to about the 40. Looks like they're not going to give him that much. We'll look for the spot here. And it will be marked at the 38, which will bring up 3rd down and 9 now for the Firebirds. So another handoff up the middle, this time to Luke Faulkner. He'll take it down to about the 45, marked down at about the just shy of the 46-yard line. And with 4th and about 1 to go, it looks like Southern Nash will attempt to go for it, even though they are in their own territory. 6:20 remaining in the first quarter up on the Baker Professional Construction scoreboard. And this time it's Hartsfield again, and he'll take it out to about the 48, possibly the 49 based on the spot, but that will be enough to move the sticks as Southern Nash overcame a 1st and 15 and were able to mark up a new set of downs here. Once again, passing 6 minutes remaining in the first quarter. So a slight uptick in momentum here for the Firebirds offensively. And every pitch to Hartsfield. Will look to the outside, come back in. What looked to be almost a busted play into a gain of about 4. It's going to bring up 2nd down at 6 as Southern Nash is now in JH Rose territory for the first time this evening. Clock continues to run, 5:20 remaining in the first. And another pitch to Hartsfield. We're going to look to the left outside, come back in the middle, and will be close to the line to gain. This will depend on the spot. They're going to mark him at the 49, and that will be enough to move the sticks yet again, and another 1st down for the Firebirds from the JH Rose 41-yard line. So kind of a slow and methodical ground and pound approach here for the Firebirds. And again, it's that's Luke Faulkner on that carry across the 40 down to about the 38. So neither team with a pass attempt thus far. Rose did have a pass play inserted. However, great coverage by the Firebirds. Couldn't get it off. And Hines will take this handoff, his first carry of the night. He'll take it across the 35 down to about the 34. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 3 now for Southern Nash. Hartsfield again with the pitch. He'll find some room around the left end. He breaks free, still on his feet, breaks one tackle, finally brought down at about the 10-yard line. So the biggest offensive play of the night for the Firebirds finds Hartsfield down inside the 20 mark, down at the 12-yard line on a 22-yard run for the sophomore. And it's 1st and 10, Southern Nash in the red zone. And it appears there is a JH Rose player down on the field. And the way it looks, it would be cramps. And there will be an official timeout as the JH Rose trainers come on to attend to the injured player. Once again, we'll remind everybody tonight's game sponsored by Vandermark Side Farms. They're a year-round natural grass operation serving central and eastern North Carolina. Their mission has always been to be a premier provider of natural grass and side products to the landscape industry, athletic fields, and commercial developments. They grow, harvest, and deliver 6 types of natural grass. Contact Vandermark Farms at 252-437-1501 for all of your natural grass needs. And a special thank you to Keaton Vandermark and the entire Vandermark family for their continued support of the Tar River Sports Network, as well as Southern Nash Athletics and Nash County Athletics in general, a huge part of the community. As always, we are very grateful to Mr. Vandermark and his generosity in ensuring that these games are brought to you live and these young men get the exposure that they so do deserve. Battle under center, 1st and 10. Hartsfield will be caught in the backfield. Damani Edwards on the tackle for loss. Let's bring up 2nd down and about 11 now. Loss of a yard on the play. And it'll be Faulkner this time who'll find his way right off center back to the right. Down inside the 10-yard line, down to about the 8. So bring up 3rd down and 6. So Southern Nash needs to reach the 2-yard line in order to for a 1st down. And Hines, with what appeared to be an odd look of a handoff, he got way ahead of Battle. Does turn into a positive gain, but it's going to bring up 4th down as he does not reach the 1st down marker. And it'll be 4th and a short 2 now for Southern Nash, who obviously will go for it here. And you can look for Rose to stack the gaps here on a goal line defense. And this will be handed off to Hartsfield. He finds his way to the right. And Hartsfield breaks through and punches it in. Touchdown, Southern Nash, with 1:43 remaining in the 1st. And Southern Nash has cut it to 1. So the Hartsfield carry puts Southern Nash on the board, who will now attempt to go for 2 and take the lead. And Faulkner, who will look to the right side. And there's the signal. It is a completed 2-point conversion, and Southern Nash takes the lead 8-7, once again with 1:43 remaining up on the Baker Professional Construction scoreboard. I want to remind everyone to contact Baker Professional Construction for all of your landscaping needs, including concrete services, full tree service, stump grinding. They specialize in drainage and irrigation and have a very high customer satisfaction rating, both residential and commercial. Contact Baker Professional Construction. So Aiden Myers on for the 2nd time tonight for a Southern Nash kickoff. As the first quarter has moved by fairly quickly, it's been mainly a run game for both sides. The squib kick will be fielded. There will be a return brought up by Jalik Parsons on the return, and he'll bring it all the way out to the JH Rose 40-yard line, and that's where the Rampants will take over 1st and 10. And still waiting to see Martin try to air things out, as that has pretty much been the bread and butter for Rose this entire season. He'll start off with twins to both right and left, and Council alongside Martin in the backfield. Again, a play adjustment from Rose. They use the majority of the play clock on each play. He'll hand it off to Council. He'll look to the middle, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage. Actually tossed for a little extra gain. That was Devon Richardson on the tackle. So we're up second down and about 7 now for the Rampants. Martin will hand it off to Council again, who'll find some room to the left, but he's caught by Luke Faulkner. Did not go down, stayed on his feet, and with the extra effort was able to pick up the first down as he crosses the 50-yard line into Southern Nash territory. And they will spot it at exactly the 50, and a new set of downs now for the Rampants. There is a timeout being called on the field. It's an official timeout, as Devon Richardson is showing that he possibly has injured his right arm. Now he's favoring his left arm. Not sure what happened there. He does make his way to the sideline, so not a long pause in play. Again, 1st and 10 Rampants. Martin continues to operate in the backfield. Council alongside. Twins to either side. He's going to look to pass this time. No one's open. He'll tuck it to try to keep it himself. Manages to barely slip by Faulkner and then brought down by Chris Harris. Short gain of about 2 is going to bring up 2nd down and 8. As the clock winds down, 7-6 seconds remaining, and I believe that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter here in Stanhope, as Southern Nash leads the Rampants of JH Rose by a score of 8-7, and a really close one here in the second round of the Eastern NCHSAA playoffs. We'll be back on the Tar River Sports Network with the beginning of the second quarter in just a moment. And we are back to get the second quarter started here. It'll be Rampants ball, 2nd down and 8 from the Southern Nash 48-yard line. And really outside of the 2 touchdowns, the biggest play of the game has been the roughing the punter call early in the first quarter against Southern Nash that led to the JH Rose score. Israel Whitaker on the tackle after the completed pass. I believe that was Jaden Lovett on the catch. He'll take it down. Enough for a first down for the Rampants. And it'll be 1st and 10 JH Rose from the Southern Nash 42-yard line. Check that, the 38-yard line. I'm backwards. This will be handed off to Nye Davis, who has a nice run on his first carry of the night. Gain of about 6 on the play is going to bring up 2nd down and 4 now for the Rampants. And it looks like Coach Batchelor with a personnel change, kind of a mix-up there, will be forced to take his first time out of the night here in the first half. 11:03 remaining up on the Baker Professional Construction scoreboard into the half. And we've got our first break of the night. Once again, we want to thank Vandermark Side Farms. They are a year-round family natural grass operation serving central and eastern North Carolina. Their mission has always been to be premier provider of natural grass and side products to the landscape industry, athletic fields, and commercial developments. They grow, harvest, and deliver 6 different types of natural grass. Contact Vandermark Farms at 252-437-1501 for all your natural grass needs. Second down and 4 now for the Rampants. Martin in the backfield alone, trips to the left, twins to the right. He will be looking to pass this time. He finds a man open at the line of scrimmage. He will get enough, at the line to gain. That will be completed for a first down plus some. And it'll be 1st and 10 Rose. Looks like they're going to spot the ball at the Southern Nash 24-yard line. Council back in alongside Martin. And Martin will keep it himself and take it down across the 20. And that's where he'll be spotted down, and it'll be 2nd down and 6 for the Firebirds. Again, a play adjustment, and Martin will do so with twins to either side, Council alongside in the backfield. And Martin will look for a pass into the flat, and that's completed to Dason Davis, who from 20 yards out takes it into the end zone, and it'll be a touchdown for JH Rose with 9:35 remaining in the half. And so there was a flag thrown for roughing the passer. That will be declined. And the touchdown will stand, and it's 13-8. Rose in the lead. And Nico Marlowe on for the extra point attempt. And it will be good. And again, with 9:35 remaining up on the Baker Professional Construction scoreboard, it's JH Rose 14 and Southern Nash 8. So JH Rose on for their second kickoff of the evening. Nico Marlowe will see Jaden Hartsfield and Cam Lyons back deep for the Firebirds. Midfield receivers will include Israel Whitaker, Jonathan Hines, and Luke Faulkner. So it looks like they did assess the roughing the passer penalty on the kickoff. So Rose will kick off from the Southern Nash 45-yard line. This could be a great place to try an onside kick. So I have my hands guys up front. We'll see where he goes with this. And he does kick it deep, and Southern Nash will let it go out of the end zone, and they will take over 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. And again, everybody looks at the JH Rose record coming in tonight at 3-8, with only their 3rd win coming last week against undefeated Northern Nash. But their schedule has been brutal this year. Some of the teams they played, and they played pretty close games against New Bern, Jacksonville, Havelock, several other 4A schools. Hines on his 2nd carry tonight takes it out to about the 25. They're going to may give him out to the 26. We'll look for the spot here. They're actually going to mark it on the 25, so that'll bring up 2nd down and 5 now for Southern Nash. Faulkner and Hines, the I formation. This will be handed to Faulkner. He'll take it out to about the 30. And it looks like they may give him the 31, and that'll be enough to renew the downs for the Firebirds, and it'll be 1st and 10 Southern Nash from their own 31-yard line. 8:45 and counting remaining up on the Baker Professional Construction scoreboard. And again, it's the slow and methodical ground and pound offense of the Firebirds. You know, we've seen a lot of the big plays this year. And their flag will come in. Looks like it's going to be false start against Southern Nash. So again, Southern Nash for the 2nd time tonight will be faced with a 1st and 15. Of course, that's where they were on their first offensive possession. They were able to battle back from that and eventually convert into the Hartsfield touchdown. So again, only one punt attempt tonight, which resulted in a roughing of the punter on JH Rose's first possession. That led to their first score after they got a large penalty. And this time it's Hartsfield who will find his way off the right side down across the 35 and out to the 40. That's going to be close. We'll look for the spot here as they spot him all the way out to the 42. And again, that will move the chains for Southern Nash as it's a 1st down. As the sophomore continues to find a way to move the football for the Firebirds. And again, Hartsfield on the carry, this time to the left side. He nearly pulls away from Rose defenders. As he takes it down close to midfield, he'll be marked down at about the 48-yard line. They'll give him the 48. That'll bring up 2nd down and about 3 now for the Firebirds. And Hartsfield, 3rd consecutive time. This time into Rose territory. It's in all the way out to the 47, and again another 1st down behind the legs of Jaden Hartsfield. And this time it's Faulkner who will take it out across the 45 down to about the 47. Looks like they're going to give him all the way to the 46. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 4, as it seems to be about 5 or 6 yards at the time, and everyone knows that works. Southern Nash continues to move the ball. Again, no pass attempts yet. And surprisingly, none from either side of the ball. Hartsfield finds his way to the left, back into the middle. He's got first down yardage, down close to the 30. The forward momentum should take him to about the 31-yard line. And again, the chain gang moves down the field. It's another Southern Nash first down. 6:14 remaining and counting here in the first half. Battle under center. Another handoff to Hartsfield. He won't find much this time. He'll take it out to the 30 to gain of about 2. It's going to bring up second down and 8 as the clock continues to run. 5:40 and counting. Batten takes the ball, battle under center, behind Batten. He's got Faulkner behind him. And Jaden Hartsfield again with the handoff. He'll take it down to about the 26-yard line. So a gain of about 5 on the play. So it's going to bring up third down. And we'll call it a short 4 here for the Firebirds. And again, this is really the first cold night of the year the Firebirds has had to play. Looking out across the stands, it has an impact on attendance. It's down in the 40s this evening. And it appears that Rose will use their first timeout of the half, and we'll catch a break here on the Tar River Sports Network, and we'll be right back with play in just a moment. So play will resume here with 4:40 remaining in the first half. Southern Nash trails the Rampants by a score of 14-8. It's going to be third and about 4 for the Firebirds as they continue to methodically move the ball down the field. And Southern Nash looks for another third down conversion as Luke Faulkner will try to take it up the middle. He'll fight his way to hold the line of scrimmage. They're going to mark him down at the 25, only gain of about 1 on the play. It's going to bring up fourth down and a long 2, short 3, however you want to call it. But for the third time tonight, Southern Nash will be forced to go for it on fourth down here. Movement on the Rose side of things. And no call was made, and Battle will turn and use the second timeout for Southern Nash here in the first half. With 4:02 remaining. A little surprising there that no call was made as Rose did cross the line of scrimmage, so at least an encroachment call should have been made there. And here we go. It's 4th and 2, Southern Nash. A pitch to Hartsfield. He'll try to find some room. He'll have to reverse the field. He's still on his feet, and he slips in the backfield all the way back to the original line of scrimmage. And Southern Nash will turn the ball over on downs with 3:55 remaining in the first half. So a busted play, which resulted in an even larger loss. And Rose will have it 1st and 10 from the Southern Nash, from their own 33-yard line, it looks. And Council will find some room to run along the right side as he'll cross the 45 down to about the 48-yard line. That'll be an immediate first down there for the Rampants. So a gain of 14 gives a first down to the Rampants. 3:30 and counting remaining in the first half. So the failed 4th down attempt by Southern Nash gives the Rampants the ball back. And again, it's Council who'll try to find his room around the left edge. He's got a lot of room. He breaks free. Caught from behind by Devon Richardson and Israel Whitaker, and he'll be forced out of bounds. But not until he takes it all the way to the 12. There is a flag behind the play. That's generally in the area of a hold. We'll see what the call is. Possibly be a chop block. We'll see what the officials have to say here. And it is a hold against Rose. So a huge run by Council will be brought all the way back. Should be a spot foul and 10 yards from that. So that'll bring it all the way back into Rose territory. It'll be marked down at the Rose 47. And that's going to make it first and just about a half yard beyond 10. So the first big hurt there to Rose for the night is that penalty self-inflicted on the hold there. Clock passes, 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Again, a play change. You're looking at twins to the right and left. Council again alongside. I'm sorry, that is not Martin. That's Jaden Lovett in the backfield. So a wildcat opportunity here. As Martin, I believe, is set up to the far right. No, looks like Lovett's going to keep it himself after a muff snap. He slips, tackles, and stays on his feet. Gets into Southern Nash territory. He'll take it down close to a first down. The flag comes in late. There is a player for Southern Nash down on the far side of the field, as trainers will go to attend to him. Not sure who that is. Can't get a number from here. Still have not moved the chains as of yet, and have not seen the penalty. It will be against Rose. And it only looks like a 5-yard penalty. So that will take 5 yards off the end of that run. And that was Cam Lyons, who was down for the Firebirds, and he is back up and seems to be walking under his own power. He is favoring his left side, maybe possibly his ribs. So they will replay first down. Still did not see a penalty signified. That probably was a hold. A spot foul hold, which brought it back 10 yards. And it's first and about 7 or so for the Rampants. Martin back in, looks to pass. He's got a man open downfield. And it is deflected on great pass defense as Christian Tyler comes in to break up the play, and that's going to bring up second down for the Rampants. So one thing the Firebirds have really worked hard on this season and improved greatly is their defensive secondary. Last week against Hornet Central, again with well over 2,500 yards passing on the season, they were basically shut down by the Southern Nash secondary. And that was the actual first pass attempt downfield by the Rampants so far tonight. They have a couple of passes, short passes, a pass out in the flat that they have completed. And this time it's handed off again to Council. They continue to use the run game. Council will take it down inside the 45 to about the 40. It's like they're going to be somewhere between the 43 and 44. Either way, it's going to leave them about a yard shy. And it's 3rd down and 1 for Rose. Twins to either side again. And it'll be handed off to Council. He's caught in the backfield but managed to move forward. And I believe the late charge and lunge down to the 42 will be enough to reach the line to gain. And the officials have now signaled that it is a first down for Rose with 1:10 and counting remaining in the first half. Rose holding on to a 14-8 lead here in Stanhope. Martin looks to pass. He's got another short pass completed. And right at the line to gain, he'll be taken out of bounds. Lovett on the catch. And that is exactly at the line to gain, and it'll be 1st and 10 after the 10-yard pass completion. That does stop the clock with 54.2 seconds. Have not seen a lot of clock stoppage this evening, as it has been mostly run offense from both sides of the ball. A low snap and a long pass down into the end zone and a diving attempt. And I believe the pass was intended. Can't get that number, but he laid out for it and was just off of his fingertips and is incomplete, and it'll be 2nd down and 10. That was Mason Davis. With the diving catch attempt. Martin again, this time he'll hand off to Council. He'll find some room in the middle, finally brought down by Devon Richardson at about the 25-yard line. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and about 3 now. 34 seconds and counting. Not time to change plays this time. And the ball comes loose, and Southern Nash recovers. Council had checked out, and that was Nye Davis on the carry. And I believe that was Jaden Hartsfield on the fumble recovery. So 23.3 seconds left, and Southern Nash will have the ball on the first turnover of the night at their own 21-yard line. So we'll see what Coach Batchelor has in his bag of tricks to try to get this ball down the field in 23 seconds. And it'll be a reverse. Cam Lyons will find some room around the right side. He's to the 40, back to the 45, and down to about the 48. The ball comes loose, and they will signal that Southern Nash has recovered the fumble. So it will be Southern Nash ball with 12.3 seconds remaining. Clock does stop for a first down. Still waiting for the change to set. And Rose will actually use a timeout. And it'll be first and 10, Southern Nash from their own 47-yard line. So kind of a delay there actually helped the Firebirds and the officials getting the chains moved. There's 8.5 seconds remaining up on the Baker Professional Construction scoreboard. So enough time for one play, possibly two. I will look to see if they go for a pass attempt. If it's a running play, obviously they're only going to get one off. But if they can get a pass towards the sideline, step out of bounds, a possibility for two plays here. So we will see if Southern Nash is able to do anything once again with 8.5 seconds remaining up on the Baker Professional Construction scoreboard. And it looks like they will reset the clock. And there will actually be 14.5 seconds on the clock. So 6 seconds added back. That's actually another play. That's a possibility, depending on the play type, to get three off here for the Firebirds. And Battle's going to look to pass. He's got a man open. It was overthrown, nearly intercepted. Hartsfield was the intended receiver. Israel Whitaker was wide open out on the far side of the field near the Rose sidelines. Obviously, that play was designed to go to Hartsfield down the middle. And it'll be second down and 10 with 9.5 seconds remaining. So that was a 5-second play. So with that, they should be able to get two off here. And Battle will look to pass again. This time it looks like he's going to come back across the field. Nobody's there. The throw is out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. There is a flag back at the line of scrimmage. That may be a possibly roughing the passer. We're looking to see who it's called against. It could be a hold. But that flag was thrown. It will be against Southern Nash. Still waiting to see what the penalty is. Looks like it's going to be there is a personal foul for tripping against the Firebirds. That's a 15-yard penalty and a spot foul. So that will take it all the way back to the Southern Nash 32-yard line. So 2.5 seconds. And it's second down. Doesn't matter. This is one play here. And that'll be thrown out of bounds. Incomplete. And a little extracurricular activity at the end of the play down the field. Coaches will break that up and send it to the sidelines. And as we come to the halftime break, it's JH Rose leading the Firebirds by a score of 14-8 here in Stanhope in the second round of the Eastern Regional Playoffs of the NCHSAA. Once again, this is the Tar River Sports Network. We'll be back live for the beginning of the second half in just a few moments. And welcome back as we are ready to get the second half started here in Stanhope. JH Rose leads 14-8 over the Firebirds. That's a 30th seeded JH Rose over 14th seeded Southern Nash. The first half, of course, the big penalty in the first offensive possession of Rose, or roughing the punter, led to the first JH Rose score. There was a turnover late in the second half, but with JH Rose fumbled, it was Southern Nash that was unable to capitalize on that. And Cam Lyons will receive this deep from about the 5. He'll look for a return, get out to about the 20, and that's where he'll be brought down, and where Southern Nash will take over. Of course, Southern Nash did lose the coin toss. However, Rose elected to take the ball first, and that leaves Southern Nash with the ball here in the second half and trailing 14-8. Southern Nash did have three fourth down attempts. They converted on 2, but on the third one they fell short, and Rose did recover but was unable to capitalize on that as well. It's Jonathan Hines who will look up the middle. He'll take it all the way out to the 30, and that should be enough after the 10-plus yard run for a first down. Gain of about 10.5 on the play. And Hines, who only saw a couple of carries in the first half, should have the fresh legs. We'll see if they stay with Hines here. And they do, as he gets the next handoff. And he's hit hard at the line of scrimmage. His forward momentum will get him about 2. He's going to bring up second down and 8. And again, those of you that may have joined late, missing from the lineup tonight for Southern Nash is senior star running back Tyleek Mitchell. And Jaden Hartsfield has really carried a lot of the load here thus far in the game. And he carries on that rush attempt. And they'll bring it down to a third down and about 2 for Southern Nash, from roughly their own 38 or so yard line. And it's Faulkner on the carry this time. He'll get out to about the 38, which is close to the line of gain. And they will signal first down for Southern Nash. So Faulkner and Hartsfield in the backfield. It's Hartsfield with the handoff. He'll look around the left side. He'll take it out to about the 45. Rose did strip the ball, but the play had been blown dead. There is an official timeout for an injured Rose player on the field. That is at midfield. So with this quick break, we'll remind everybody tonight's game is brought to you by Vandermark Side Farm. They are a year-round family natural grass operation serving central and eastern North Carolina. Their mission has always been to be a premier provider of natural grass and side products to the landscape industry, athletic fields, and commercial developments. They grow, harvest, and deliver 6 various types of natural grass. And contact Vandermark Farms at 252-437-1501 for all your natural grass needs. And again, this is Hartsfield. He'll take it across midfield and bully his way inside the 45 of JH Rose, marked down at about the 44. And that'll move the chains yet again for the Firebirds. 9:20 and counting remaining in the third quarter. As it's pretty much the same as we saw for the entire first half as far as the Southern Nash offense, the ground and pound, chip away. And again, it's Hartsfield. We'll get close to the 40. Looks like he's going to be brought down at about the 41. So a gain of about 3 is going to bring up second down and 7 now for the Firebirds. Southern Nash did have a couple of pass attempts at the close of the first half after the fumble recovery, with only 23 odd seconds left in order to try to get a score, and that was unsuccessful. And Hines will be hit in the backfield and will be thrown for a loss. It'll take it all the way back to the 43-yard line. Bring up third down and 9 now for the Firebirds. So it's third and long here. Luke Faulkner with the handoff. He'll look to the left end, and he'll only pick up a couple of yards. Knock down. They're going to spot it at the actual 42. That's going to bring up 4th and 8 now. And it looks like Southern Nash will have their fourth down attempt of the night. And a reverse, Cam Lyons tries to find some room, and he's going to find nowhere to go as he's brought down at the 40. And for the second consecutive time on a 4th down attempt, Southern Nash will turn the ball over on downs, and it'll be 1st and 10, JH Rose from their own 40-yard line. Martin will hand off to Council. Council finds some room up the middle. He breaks 2 tackles. He's still up before he's finally brought down inside Southern Nash territory at the 38-yard line. Danny Dunston and Zurio Curtis saved the touchdown there. Council had broken away with trips to the right, a single receiver to the left. Council alongside Martin. Another play change. It's the audible from the sidelines. And Martin's going to look to pass. It's a screen pass, and it's completed, caught by Ty Reddick. Pull forward. Run after the completion about another 10 yards from the backfield. It's going to bring up second down and about 3 now for Rose. Again, Rose leading 14-8 as we just passed the 6-minute mark remaining in the third quarter here in Stanhope. Had a halftime score for Rocky Mount, 71st, leading Rocky Mount substantially, 35-14 at the half. Over on the other side of the bracket. And with that carry by Council, that'll be another J.H. Rose first down. As Southern Nash is struggling in the second half to find a response to Council's rushing. Council will take it again. He slips the tackle at the line. He'll look around the left end. He finds the hole. There is going to be a face mask flag there as he is taken out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. The penalty after should take it half the distance to the goal line. So that will be first and goal for Rose now after the penalty is assessed. And ball will be spotted inside the 5 down at the 4. So only 2 receivers spread. Definitely a running play to Council as he'll just walk in right off the left guard. And it's touchdown JH Rose with 4:52 remaining here in the third quarter. And Rose expands the lead to 20-8 with Nico Marlowe stepping on for the extra point attempt. And that will be good as Marlowe is 3 for 3 on the night. And the Rampants lead the Firebirds by a score of 21-8. Once again, 4:52 remaining up on the Baker Professional Construction scoreboard here in Stanhope. Again, this is the Tar River Sports Network. We're live, and we'll be right back in just a moment. Marlowe will kick it. A high kick, be fielded by Lyons at the 15-yard line. And he'll be brought down at about the 27-yard line. So about a 12-yard return there by Lyons. And it'll be 1st and 10 Southern Nash from their own 27. 4:47 remaining in the third quarter. Southern Nash trails 21-8. And Hartsfield will look around to the left end. And it looks like he'll have a gain of about 5 on the play. Looks like 6 after the spot. We'll call it 2nd down and 4 now for the Firebirds. And Hartsfield, who has been playing both ways, defensively and offensively, again with a handoff. Caught by the shirt tail. Slowed him down enough for JH Rose defenders to bring him down at the 35-yard line. but that is enough to move the chains. As they're going to say, he got all the way to the 37. So it's a 1st and 10 Southern Nash. And Hartsfield again on the carry, this time up the middle. A gain of about a yard on the play is going to bring up 2nd down and 9. And a pitch to Hartsfield for the 4th consecutive carry. And he'll be brought down at about the 38. A gain of only another yard. It's going to bring it 3rd down and 8. And another official timeout as there is a rampant player down on the field. Again, we'll remind everybody tonight's game is brought to you by Vandermark Sod Farms. They are a year-round family natural grass operation serving Central and Eastern North Carolina. Vandermark's mission has always been to be a premier provider of natural grass and sod products to the landscape industry, athletic fields, and commercial developments. They grow, harvest, and deliver 6 different types of natural grass. So contact Vandermark Farms at 252-437-1501 for your natural grass needs. And again, thank you to Keaton Vandermark and the entire Vandermark family for the long-time support of the Tar River Sports Network and Southern Nash Athletics. Again, Hartsfield on the carry. And there will be another short gain of only about a yard or 2. Hartsfield's slow to get up after that carry. And that's going to bring up 4th down again for Southern Nash, and it'll be 4th and about 7. And again, Southern Nash will go for it here. No, that's going to change as Aiden Myers is on to punt for the first time. This will be the first punt of the game for Southern Nash, and only the second of the game, but of course the first punt was a roughing the punter penalty against Southern Nash. And Myers is able to get it off. And a great punt down inside the 20. It takes the Southern Nash roll inside the 15, and it'll be down at the 14-yard line of JH Rose. And that's where Martin and the Rampants will start their next offensive drive, as this will be the longest field they've had to work with so far tonight. .147 remaining in the 3rd up on the Baker Professional Construction scoreboard. Again, tonight's game, as all season, the scoreboard brought to you by Baker Professional Construction, who specializes in everything landscaping, including concrete services, stamped concrete pads and walkways, full tree service, stump grinding, all drainage and irrigation issues. They also do rock, stone, and concrete, French drains, yard drainage, and a very high customer service satisfaction rating, residential and commercial available. Contact Baker Professional Construction. Martin with a screen pass out to Lovett. It's completed. He tries to slip tackles, but he is brought down on a slight loss. They may get him back to the line of scrimmage. And Lovett is still down, it appears. No, that is not Lovett. Trying to pick up who that is down. I believe it may actually be a Firebird player. It will be 2nd and 10 when play resumes. That is Zion Odom for the Firebirds, who does get to his own feet and will leave the field under his own power. 2nd and 10, Rampants. Martin will hand it off to Council. Council will look up the middle. A short gain here. Looks like they'll give him about 4 yards on the carry. It'll be 3rd down and 6 for the Rampants. As we approach 1 minute remaining in the third quarter, Southern Nash trails 14-8. So, big need for a defensive stop here for the Firebirds, as Rose has only been faced with 1 4th down this evening. Martin will get the throw off. He's got Lovett, and it looks like that is going to reach the line to gain, and it'll be 1st down, JH Rose. So another 3rd down conversion for the Rampants. And it'll be 1st and 10 from their own 26-yard line. 25 seconds and counting left up on the Baker Professional Construction scoreboard. And it looks like they will let the game clock expire in the third quarter. And that'll bring us to the 4th and final quarter with Greenville Rose leading the Firebirds 21-8 here in Stanhope. We'll be back with the start of the fourth quarter in just a moment. And we are back on the Tarver Sports Network. This is Brent Cone bringing you the final quarter here at Southern Nash. Southern Nash trails 21-8 to the Rampants of JH Rose. And it's 1st and 10 Rose from their own 26-yard line. Although there have been some pass plays, and JH Rose this year has been a passing team. They have kept it on the ground, and it's, again, handed to Council. Will be brought down after a gain of 2 or 3. And so the game has moved along very quickly. As frustrations are tending to flare up amongst players here. Want to keep all that in check. Martin again with the hard count. And then an adjusted play as he has twins to right and left, Council alongside. That's been basically the setup for the Rose offense all evening. And Council again with the handoff. He'll look to the left side, find some room in the corner, across the line to gain. It'll be another 1st down for the Rampants. And the ball will be spotted at the Rose 38-yard line for a new set of downs here for the Rampants. 11 minutes remaining up on the Baker Professional Construction scoreboard. We've seen this same thing happen basically all night. A hard count followed by an adjustment. They'll call the audible from the sidelines. Play clock will wind down to under 10, and they'll get the snap away. They're spreading the field very nicely. Trips to the right, single to the left. The pass will go back to the left to Lovett. The pass is complete. He'll finally be brought down after about a 12-yard gain. It'll be another 1st down for the Rampants. A ball will be spotted at the 50-yard line. 10:20 remaining in the game. Nye Davis is back in, and he'll take the handoff. He'll look to the left side. He'll be caught from behind and brought down by Devin Richardson. So a gain of 4, bring up second down at 6 here for the Rampants. As we're down to 9:34 remaining and counting on the Baker Professional Construction Scoreboard. You pretty much guarantee that Rose will try to keep it on the ground here, eating up clock with the 2-score lead, 21-8. And again, Davis with the carry. Actually be loss of the play of about a yard or so. It's going to bring up third down and 7 now for the Rampants. And again, JH Rose, the big story for this year for them after running 2-8 through the regular season and finishing near the bottom of their conference. They did make the playoffs based on their RPI. They had a brutal schedule with some of the teams they faced. As Martin completes the catch to Quinn McCaffrey, and he'll take it down to the 10 and is still on his feet. They're going to mark him down with – and they're going to call the play dead at the 10-yard line, so it'll be first and goal for the Rampants. And again, they had that brutal schedule, so the record was misleading as they came into last week and upset the 3-seed undefeated Northern Nash. And are leading the 14 seed here at Southern Nash, 21-8. Another low step, Lovett in for the Wildcat as he steps in, and Lovett brings him down in the backfield. And a loss on the play. It'll be second and goal now from the 12-yard line. And a lot of people are going to say that both Northern Nash and Southern Nash, they've been asterisk beside the victories because of the absence of their both star running backs, both from Northern Nash and from Southern Nash. However, asterisks don't matter in the playoffs. W's are W's. And it appears there is an official timeout as there is another injured Firebird player, and that is Cam Lyons again favoring his ribs and left side. Of course, this is the coldest night of the year, so all hits are just intensified. It is very cold, and it's very evident from the fan base that was here tonight. I think hopefully a lot of you are watching live on the Tar River Sports Network, but in the 40s, it's football weather. But that leaves people wanting to stay at home in the heat. Can't say as I blame you. And JH Rose has definitely turned the heat up here in Stanhope with 7:23 remaining in the game as the clock restarts and Rose leads 21-8 over the Firebirds. And Lovett again with the direct snap. He'll look around the right side. He's got room to run. They're not going to stop him. And Jaden Lovett takes it into the end zone with 6:58 to go in the game and puts 6 more on the board. It's now 27-8, JH Rose over Southern Nash. And Nico Marlowe on for the 4th time this evening for the extra point attempt. And Marlowe connects for the conversion, and it's 28-8. here in Stanhope as Rose has widened the margin to 3 scores with 6:58 remaining up on the Baker Professional Construction scoreboard. You know, I just want to note Southern Nash has enjoyed a very successful season this year as they finished 8-2 in the regular season, won the first round of the playoffs against Harnett Central. Still a lot of time left here, 6:58, but just want to recognize the accomplishments of Coach Batchelor and all of the Southern Nash boys. Some inopportune injuries came in late in the season after starting 6-0. And then losing to Rocky Mount and Northern Nash in consecutive weeks, finishing third in the conference. This team is led by a sophomore quarterback and an emerging superstar sophomore running back in Jaden Hartsfield. So a lot of things to look forward to in the future. And to see if they're even done here is that will go roll into the end zone for a touchback. And with 6:57, the Firebirds will take over 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. A lot of underclassmen on this roster. There have been some great seniors that have had great careers here, such as Israel Whitaker, Jonathan Hines, Danny Dunston, Kajon Caudle, Christian Tyler, Zuriel Curtis, just to name a few. Davon Richardson has had an absolutely fantastic year defensively, and we can't forget Tylik Mitchell, who finished the season with over 1,800 yards rushing. And Hartsfield showing some late life. And little, again, extracurricular activity after the end of the play. There is a flag thrown. Hartsfield carried that all the way to about the 40, kind of mucked up here. And I did say mucked with an M as far as. So it is against Rose. So they called a hold and a 15-yard. Everything, that was kind of confusing the way that, because the Hartsfield run looked to be further than that. They called the foul, the spot foul, and it was a hold against the Rampants. End result is a Southern Nash 1st and 10 from the JH Rose 48-yard line. So life starting to breathe back into the Firebirds here, who trail by 20 with 6:48 remaining in the game. Obviously need to get something going fast here. You have to expect Coach Batchelor is going to probably have to go to the air and try some of the pass plays that have been successful for him. He's kind of held that close to the vest through the season. Games against Franklinton, they really came into play. Isaiah Battle has a really good arm, has just not yet really been showcased. And we'll wait to see if Coach Batchelor will resort to letting us see a little bit of the next 2 years, a little peek into it, and see what Battle can do with that arm. There is movement on the line. It's going to be a false start against the Firebirds. So that'll make it 1st and 15. Going through some of the other seniors, Aaron Horn, as well as Dion Artis and Damani Matumbo. You got A.J. Garcia, K.G. Mitchell, Jaquez Macklin, Ashton Batten in the center. And, of course, Chris Harris defensively is just a powerhouse. Josh Thompson, Riley Horn, and Leo Roblero. Noah Mills and Alex Rodriguez. round out the seniors here on the team. They've been to the playoffs a couple years here. This third year in a row, Southern Nash has made playoff appearances. Battle under center. The ball's loose, still on the ground, and it appears that Southern Nash will have their first turnover of the night as the ball has been fumbled, waiting to make the call, and JH Rose comes out of the pile with the football that was recovered by Damani Edwards. And it will be JH Rose football with 5:51 remaining in the game and a 28-8 lead over the Firebirds here in Stanhope. They will keep this on the ground as Arterius Brown in for his first carry of the night for Rose. And a loss on the play. They'll bring up second down and 12. Try to get an update on the Southern Durham Currituck score to see. So apparently there is no update coming through on that game. Rocky Mount again was trailing 71st, 35-14 at the half. Council tries to get to the outside. Thrown for another loss. It's going to bring up third and about 14 now for the Rampants. Actually make that third and 15 now for the Rampants. And a score update in Rocky Mount. In the fourth quarter, they trail 71st by a score of 49-14. Of course, interesting enough, the new classifications came out just this past week. Southern Nash will be in the 5A classification. Northern Nash will be moved up to the 6A classification, along with Southern Nash in the 5A is Rocky Mount Senior High. Also, CBA Cock, Fike, Hunt, just to name a few that will be in the 5A classification. Northern Nash moving to 6A will be in the same classification with JH Rose. So it'll be interesting to see how the conferences break out. Obviously, a total restructure of all conferences, and what's going to come into play next year as far as travel. And we have teams in Wayne County and a high snap. The ball's fumbled, and there will be another no flag this time. And Israel Whitaker will field the punt and pick it up and return it inside the 30. So it'll be Southern Nash football, 1st and 10 from the Rampant 30-yard line. So actually the best starting field position of the night for Southern Nash with 3:15 remaining in the game. Nash Central, Bunn, and Roanoke Rapids will now be in the, I believe they're in the 4A classification, but they will all still remain classified as the same. So that may not affect that part of the conference. Battle backs up the pass. He's got Brandon Hill wide open, and he can't hold on to it, and it falls incomplete. That's going to bring up second down and 10 for the Firebirds. 3:08 remaining in the game up on the Baker Professional Construction scoreboard. And look, we want to send a big shout out and thank you to Dan Baker and Baker Professional Construction for all his support through the years. Not only in supporting the scoreboard, but in just sponsoring a lot of the athletic events. The Tar River Sports Network previously has brought you baseball, basketball, all under the sponsorship, in most cases, of Baker Professional Services and Baker Professional Construction. So we want to thank Dan Baker for his love, not only for Southern Nash. Of course, they're 3 generations of alumni for Southern Nash coming through the Baker family. And, of course, last week our special guest here in the booth was Landon Baker, who is currently playing tight end for the University of Wake Forest. They'll make that brutal game against Miami this coming week. We'll see how that turns out. I also want to recognize Jackson Vick, who's at North Carolina State, and Traylon Mitchell, the older brother of Tyleek Mitchell, who is at Winston-Salem State. And I'm being told, I have not heard the official word, but I'm being told that Tyleek Mitchell has committed to Old Dominion to further his career and education on the D1 college level. So congratulations to Tyleek Mitchell. Isaiah Battle again to pass. This time it's completed to Israel Whitaker. And there will be a flag thrown as Whitaker takes it down to the 15-yard line. That looked like possibly a face mask or a horse collar tackle. So some discussion here with the officials. The flag has been picked up. We're waiting for it is a personal foul, face mask against the Rampants. That'll be half the distance to the goal, so it will be first and goal for Southern Nash from the 9-yard line. Exactly 3 minutes remaining in the game up on the Baker Professional Construction scoreboard. This will be handed off to Hartsfield. Will take it inside the 5, stays on his feet. They're going to mark him down at the, waiting to see here, just inside the 5. Bring up second down, a goal for the Firebirds, 2:31 and counting up on the Baker Professional Construction scoreboard. And again, we want to recognize Keaton Vandermark and the entire Vandermark family for also being longtime sponsors of the Tar River Sports Network. They've been with us from the beginning since we started this broadcast back in 2019 as the Southern Nash News. As Jaden Hartsfield will take it into the end zone on his second score of the night with 2:06 remaining in the game. And that'll make it 28-14 with, I'm sure, a 2-point attempt upcoming. 2:06 remaining. But as I was saying, I want to thank the Vandermark family. They've been with us from the very beginning. Through the state championship run, through COVID, the whole deal. Definite longtime supporters, even before us, supporting Southern Nash and Nash County athletics. As Hartsfield completes the 2-point conversion and brings it to a score of 28-16, Southern Nash cuts the lead to 12. But with 2:06 remaining in the game, expect to see an onside kick here. And they don't have to announce it like they do now in the pros. So this could be the sneaky move. Of course, it's pretty obvious that we're going to have to be here in order to have a chance at closing this gap, like I said, with only 2:06 remaining in the game. And want to remind everybody that our plan is to be back next year live on the air. But again, this is it's not a free service. It does take sponsorship, and we would love to be able to possibly get into some away venues. There are some other schools that don't particularly care for that, but nonetheless, we would like to see this continue. This has been great exposure for the young men. As timeout is called by JH Rose after they had too many men on the field. So if you'd be interested in sponsoring anything as far as Southern Nash Athletics and the Tar River Sports Network, you can contact Mark Cohn through Facebook and his personal Facebook page. You can send him a message, and he will get you the information you need to sponsor any football games. And we are available. I mean, there is some availability for some other sports, but you can work that out with Mark Cohn, who is the executive producer for the Tar River Sports Network. Again, we thank everybody for joining in as we get ready to kick off here. Aiden Myers, 2:06 remaining. Southern National trails by 12 here in the second round of the Eastern playoffs. We prepare for an onside kick here. And it is a good one, but it is McCaffrey who covers it up and takes a knee. And it'll be Rose football. First and 10 from their own 39-yard line. Again, 2:06 remaining. And Luke Faulkner stops Council as he heads up the middle there. It's a gain of about 1. Call it 2 after the spot to bring up second down and 8. Play clock down to 10, 1:24 on the game clock. Council again with the handoff. He's hit in the backfield by Zion Odom and brought down. It'll be a loss on the play, and Southern Nash will use their first timeout of the half. 1:18 remaining. And again, we want to thank Vandermark Side Farm. And my sponsor sheet has disappeared. Sorry about that. Vandermark Side Farm, they're a year-round natural grass operation serving central and eastern North Carolina. Their mission has always been to be the premier provider of natural grass and side products to the landscape industry, athletic fields, and commercial developments. They grow, harvest, and deliver 6 different types of natural grass. Contact Vandermark Farms at 252-437-1501 for all your natural grass needs. So Lovett now moves into the quarterback position alongside Council. Twin receivers to either side. Lovett will keep it himself. He'll look around the left side. He'll take it down the sideline before he takes it out of bounds. There is a flag behind the play. In fact, there are 3 flags down. with 109 remaining in the game. And we finally did get a score. It's in the third quarter up in Durham as Southern Durham, which is now the Southern School of Energy and Sustainability, leads Currituck 15-10. And the winner of that game will meet what will apparently be JH Rose at the conclusion of this game, barring some odd turn of events here in Stanhope. So a lot of discussion here from the officials. So we have seen a lot of talk and jawing, and like I said, I've mentioned it as a little extracurricular going on here during the second half, and that's something I got to say that Rose cannot afford, and definitely is not something that head coach Will Bland probably is going to stand for, is for something to happen here to affect anything beyond this game. So after that penalty, there was a personal foul against the Rampants, and then another penalty against Southern Nash. So after walking off both penalties, that will be 1st and 10, J.H. Rose with 109, and really victory formation is all they need here, as Southern Nash does have 2 timeouts and can stop the clock. But it does not appear that they are going to do so. So that was a 5-yard penalty. 38 seconds. So they will have to snap the football one more time. So that was not a penalty. He took a knee 5 yards behind. And so with another 5-yard loss on the taking of the knee, that will wind things down as Rose does not have to run another play. And the Rampants, the 30 seed, have 2 upset victories in consecutive weeks, has upset the Firebirds of Southern Nash by a final score of 20-16 here in Stanhope. And that will bring the season to a close for the Firebirds as the Rampants advance to the third round of the playoffs. Now, I want everybody to see what's happening here on the field. This is not a normal shaking of hands. This is what it's all about. There will be a prayer circle with both teams. This is why I can say the class of Coach Bland and this J.H. Rose team, this is what they do. I know the kids get excited and things are starting to get said as the game winds down, but this is what it's all about, folks. We need to forget about the wins and the losses. This is what it's about. And that'll do it here for the broadcast tonight. This is Brent Cone, and we want to wish Kenneth Lai a speedy recovery. Hopefully he's watching at home. Like I said, speedy recovery, Kenneth, and we'll see you next season. Once again, Brent Cone alongside little brother Mark Cone, the executive producer and crew here on site here in Southern Nash. I want to thank everybody for tuning in to the Tar Sports Network. Thank our sponsors, Vandermark Sod Farm and Baker Professional Construction. And we are out of here for this year. Catch you next year.